This is exactly why Ben Bader, kind of guru-esque marketer, suggests that a beginner should get into sales and not marketing or start their own business. Listen to this.
Me constantly, like, what should I do? How do I make money? And I told you to get into sales, and then you bought a sales training course.
So why do you think that is? This guy, and by the way, I don't know Ben, never met him, but truthfully, probably one of the only Miami course seller balcony bros that I think is legitimate, making good money, seems like a stand-up dude. So nothing bad to say about the guy at all. Just because I know there's things flying around with Miami dudes and all that kind of shit. But anyways, besides the point. The reason he's telling what would be, or at the time, a beginner kind of make money online person to get into sales opposed to start a fucking marketing agency or some fucking, AI thing or whatever, right? Drop shipping. Is because Ben knows the value in skill stacking and stacking skills. And it just so happens that sales, being able to take sales calls and get on the phones with people, is like the most rudimentary foundational skill to business, right? You can have an amazing product, you can have great marketing, but if you can't sell it, then what? Now, there is arguments to be made about what the product should sell itself, or if you have enough eyeballs, blah, blah. But let's just keep it a buck here. Sales is a foundational skill to business, especially service-based business, right? So selling services to people, coaching, whatever it may be. So not only is it a foundational skill, but there's a low barrier to entry. Realistically, it doesn't take much startup capital at all. You can technically do it for free. I don't always advise against this. I believe mentorship is fucking incredibly valuable. That's what I did. I paid a mentor. That kid paid a mentor. Ben suggested he paid a fucking mentor. It's the fastest route to success, but let's keep it a buck here. It's pretty cheap in the grand scheme of things, right? If you want to go start a drop shipping store, get ready to spend thousands of dollars often, right? If you are a college kid or working some dead-end job and you don't have $10,000 to just dump into a business, bro, you're kind of trapped in terms of what you can do. So sales, very low barrier to entry. You can start as an appointment setter, a closer. There's options for you to do. You can still do it remotely. There's flexibility with this. Sure, you're tied to a calendar still. You have to physically be there on calls, but you can do it from Mexico. You can do it from Colombia. You can do it from Miami, from LA, from wherever, right? There's flexibility. There's freedom. It's a skill set. Foundationally, it's a skill set that takes you farther than just a sales job. Communication, sales, influence, psychology are how you make money and how you progress as a person. It makes you a more charismatic person, a better communicator. You can influence people to do things for you. You can make positive impact in people's lives through your words. Do you understand? Do you conceptualize how fucking crazy that is? And it's a skill that you can learn, man. Anyone can do it. And on top of that, there's actually decent earning potential in sales. Now, I view sales as a stepping stone. Most people who get into sales view it as a stepping stone, and that's totally fine, right? You can move on to a business owner or whatever. But there is a path in sales to go from, a sales rep closer to a manager. To managers can make really good money in sales, to maybe a trainer or something, or a sales consultant. Those guys can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. You could go the recruiter route. There's even, a pathway to financial freedom just in the sales world. However, if you do want to transition into other areas of business and whatnot, sales is a skill you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life. There's no debating that. Okay? So those are just that's me selling you on why sales is a good idea, right? and again, very useful for a beginner specifically. I can't tell you the amount of business owners I've connected with in the last year and a half of me being in the high ticket sales space and just online money space in general, who, when starting their business, don't have the sales skill and are struggling. I, for one, have a friend of mine who is launching a LinkedIn B2B offer. I'm basically being a sales consultant, growth operator for him. I've written his scripts. I'm teaching him how to do sales because he doesn't know what to do. He's an ops guy. He knows the back end of business. He knows his service, but he can't sell the thing to people, right, in the way that he needs to. So he's bringing in a sales guy like me to fucking help him with this, which I'm totally open to. But point being, and this is why Ben Bader and these other, successful entrepreneurs are recommending beginners get into sales, is it's such a fundamental skill for someone to learn. It's a low barrier to entry. it doesn't need to be this long grind either. You can be in and out of the sales industry in a year and a half, realistically. You can still make really good money. That money that you make from your sales role as a closer, as a setter, whatever, can literally fund your business venture. And little hidden kind of trick here with being in sales, specifically the remote sales, high ticket sales industry, you're working with a lot of startups, which there's risk to that, as in businesses go belly up all the time. Very common, very frequent. One ad account gets banned and your fucking income's cooked. But if you know how to do your offer selection well, you have a great network and you're great at branding yourself within the space, you can find top tier offers where you're going to make really good money. And you get to watch them scale up and learn why they did it. In my own example, my own case, I got on a really good offer from my network, right? People I met, people I engaged with, my friends in the space. From there, I watched this offer when I joined it go from about $700,000, $800,000 a month cash collected to a peak month of $2.4 million cash collected. Not revenue, cash. Like cash money in the business. I got to see the progression of scale from a 6 to 7 figure business. I got to see how we adjusted sales processes, the copy we used for our website, for our emails, campaigns, ads. I got to see all the changes that you don't really know about yet when you're starting a business. I got to see them happen, and I didn't have to front those mistakes. I got to watch other people with a lot more fucking money than me and experience do it, and I just got to take my notes and learn and watch. That is invaluable experience, right? Invaluable experience that I get to bring with me to my own businesses and future businesses I want to work with, okay? There's so many benefits to getting in the ground floor as a business, as a sales rep, making money with them, helping them scale, watching them scale, and then taking that information, that knowledge, and that money, and going and doing your own thing. So this is why not only myself, but Ben Bader, all these other, entrepreneurs recommend start with sales. Start with sales. So that's all. Good luck. Tell me I'm handsome, and I'll see you soon.